Hey YouTube, it's Carla, RNY56, and today is October the 15th, 2015. Now, it's been, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I guess, since I've done a video. I can't really remember. I was going to do one Monday, and things got really crazy. We were expecting really rough weather Monday night with possible tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, all kinds of stuff, and they said a few cells might develop on Monday afternoon. Well, guess what? We had one huge cell. The National Weather Service came and evaluated things yesterday, and they said we had straight line winds of 100 miles per hour. There's a lot of damage. Trees down everywhere, power's out. I was without power until about 10 o'clock this morning. So that was almost 48 hours without power. I've been out a lot longer when we had tornadoes, but it was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. And the couple that I work with, their street and the one over where Mr. Cox, who I used to work with, had tons and tons of damage. I'm sure I'm sitting here in my car making this video and I'm just kind of rambling. I'm sure you can hear the train. Anyway, there were tons of trees down the street where Mr. Cox lives. Almost every house had a tree down in the yard, on the house, in the street somewhere. So, long story short, there's not really a short version. The people that I work for now both have Alzheimer's, and it's just been a really challenging past couple of days because it's totally gotten them out of routine. They don't have any power, and I've gone and, you know, and acquired food at different places, and I've got a story about that. But, you know, they have gas heat and they have gas hot water. So, you know, just no power, no TV. They're not cold. They're not, you know, they can take a shower, that kind of thing. But it's been tough. And I've been bringing food in. And the last thing I told them last night was, I'll see you in the morning. I'll bring your coffee and I'll bring something to eat. Well, when I got there, they already had cereal with the hot milk that was in the refrigerator. It's really sad just to watch them, because they couldn't remember, one, that the power was off, two, why it was off, and that it was off at all, and there was milk in there, so why shouldn't they drink it? They didn't, you know. Anyway, I took care of that. I'd already planned to I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'd already planned to clean out the freezer and the refrigerator, but I was going to wait until the power got back on. Anyway, I did that today, and like I said, they have hot water, gas hot water heater, so I was able to wash up everything. I hate throwing away that much food, because I had lots of stuff in the freezer fixed for, you know, times when I'm not there, when they could just pull something out. But it's okay. We've been blessed. I mean, things could be a lot worse. I didn't have any damage at my house just without power, and I do have power now. They're going to bed again tonight with no power. I just took them a pizza for dinner. Now, that's my story. I have not had a pizza in over 2 years. And I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat. You know, I counted it out on my Fitness Pal, you know, whole 9 yards. I knew what I was doing. And it wasn't cut in like wedges like a pizza normally was. It came from Domino's, and it was cut in little squares. I'd say little 2-inch squares. Well, and it was thin crust. I put 2 of those squares on my plate. And I started eating. Ugh. I ate about half with the crust of one piece, which was about 1 inch, not a lot. And I kind of just picked at the crust on the rest of that piece and the other piece, and that was enough. I did not want any more, and I'm sorry. You know, I'm kind of burping here. I guess it's, one, because I haven't had anything like that. Two, my stomach's actually hurting. So, lesson for me, it kind of tasted good, but to me it really wasn't worth the calories or the other stuff that I'm dealing with right now. My weight is basically the same. I think I've really stabilized it at the 3 pounds that I'm up, I'm still 121, and I've been that way for well over a month. So I think I've, you know, if that's the only regain I have after 2 years, I'm very fortunate, I think, because I keep watching other people and they're struggling. And it is a daily struggle. It's even a daily struggle for me, because I track everything I eat, and even like I plan to eat that piece of pizza, but I checked it out before I put it in my mouth. I have to, and I think I told Belinda yesterday. My deal is I have to, simply because of my health. I don't have any other choices. I mean, I cannot eat any sugar, or I will be, you know, I'll have major problems. I mean, I did the surgery, and I know I sound like a broken record because I've said this over and over. I did the surgery to have better health, and I did for a while, and I'm still a lot better than I ever would have been. And my doctor said, you probably wouldn't be here if you hadn't had the surgery. So that's one reason I'm very vigilant. Some people would call me anal. A few other little words that they may use, but that's okay. For me, this is what works. This is what has continued to work for me, to track everything. And I mean, I write down everything that goes in my mouth, and it goes in my Fitness Pal, or I write it down somewhere. So that's what works for me. Like I said, work has been a little challenging this week, but that's okay. You know, it's just part of life, and we are blessed because there are a lot of people that have a lot of damaged houses and a lot of damage. So other than that, there's not much going on. You know, I think when I came to you before, I was waiting for the Alabama game, maybe, and they lost that day. Did win last week. It was I didn't breathe very much. Play Texas A&M this week. I know y'all don't care about Alabama football, but you know I do. So that's pretty much it. It's fall. The weather is great. I mean, that's the one good thing about the power being off. It wasn't terribly cold. It wasn't terribly hot. So, you know, it was okay with no power. I just snuggled under the cover with the girls, and we were okay. But I was excited to take a shower this afternoon and dress. I'm going to church in just a few minutes, and that's why I'm doing this video now here in the car, because I had a few minutes before going to church. So I don't think I can think of anything else I need to say. Hope you all are doing great, having a great fall. And just you know, do what you've got to do that works for you. And everybody's journey is different. I mean, what works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. It works for me. You've got to find what works for you. Now, there are keys and things that I do. I know Rosemary did a video on, and I think it was maybe Proof of Weight Loss Surgery Works a couple of weeks ago. They did, you know, 10 things that rules that they always follow, and there are rules that I always follow, and the rules for me are maybe a little different than your rules. Now, there are basic rules that we all need to follow, but what works for me may not work for you. I'm good where I am, so I want to continue that. Okay, enough. Got to go sing at choir practice. Hope you all have a great evening, and just go out there and rock your journey. Love y'all. Bye.